And welcome to my humble little office. My name is Keith Andrews, and I am the owner of Inner Voice Enterprises. You can find my company on the web at airnath.com, EARNATH.com. You can also find us on Facebook and like us there. We also have a radio show called The Gathering that you can also find and like on Facebook. The gathering is held actually on every Saturday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific, or as it is announced on the actual website, at 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, where you find it is at kgraradio.com. This coming Saturday, March 30th, 2013, we will be discussing astral travel and some of the things that I've seen there, some of the things I've witnessed. There's a lot of information, a lot of different perspectives about what is out there. And we could go into the rumors, we could go into the fear-based side of it. Is it a place to be careful? Is it a place you should really understand before you start just randomly going? Certainly. Now, the astral plane is where people go when they step out of their body. If you've ever had a dream where it feels like you've been flying, where you've been traveling around with no aerial conveyance, you're not in an aircraft, you're not in a hot air balloon, not on a hang glider, you're just you. Kind of like playing the Superman thing, or Neo from the Matrix, where you decide you're going to fly and that's what happens. That is most of the time a trip onto the astral plane. Now let us understand that being on the astral plane, you can still see what's going on in the physical world. This is why there are many times when people have an out-of-body experience where they feel like they're above themselves. They look down and there they are. Okay, there you look down and there's your body. You have stepped out of your physical body. You're not dead. Okay, as long as there is still a connection between you and that body, you don't have a problem. Most people have talked about a silver cord, an umbilical cord that connects you to the physical body. And that is your lifeline. There's a couple of reasons for it. One is it helps you keep track of where your body is. The other thing that it does, though, is it provides the energy force that keeps your body breathing. So even though you're out of body, your body itself still has to be taken care of. Recommended, don't go traveling. Don't deliberately get out of your body where your body is potentially in danger. Really bad idea to astral travel while driving. And yes, it can be done. It's kind of like trying to, if you will, drive a vehicle by remote control. Now, for my way of looking at it, from what I've seen, I've been astral traveling since I was born. The first day I was born, I ended up on the other side, and I wasn't happy to be here, quite frankly. So I got out of, I deliberately stepped out of my body, and I tried to go home. I tried to go back where I came from. And that didn't work out quite as well as I would have liked. I did get there, but I also realized at that point I was rather, shall we say, bluntly informed that I had a job to do. Now, when you're traveling, understand the astral plane is very much a battle of wills, meaning when you desire something, when you really feel that something is there or something is possible, it is. So when you're striving, you can travel through time, you can get glimpses. Now understand, even traveling and taking a look and watching history unfold or watching future events come to pass, When you're watching history unfold, when you go back in time, you cannot change what has happened. You can gain a better understanding of it, but you can't change the physical past from this reality. So people that talk about time travel, you can go back, you can look. You cannot change history by going back. All you do in all reality is create another timeline that is so close to this one, but it doesn't get you out of the situation. All it does is create another one. On the astral plane, one of the things you got to remember is there's a lot of people over there, and they're not all human. They're also not all nice. The astral plane essentially envelops the earth. It envelops the physical world that we live in. Now, there are ways to bypass it to get into other spiritual realms, but most people that start traveling go through the astral plane first, and that's where we're going to focus. And that is very much where our radio show is going to be focusing, is on the astral plane that essentially people use for the most part. Now, something to keep in mind is there are creatures, there are residents of the astral plane. That's where they live. Very much like people and other, deer, lions, elephants, snakes, grasshoppers, all live in the physical world. There are things that live in the astral plane. Now, something I came to understand a long time ago is because the astral plane does not operate under the same physical restrictions that the physical plane operates under, some things are possible that are really complicated to make happen in the physical world. Now, something that, like, there is a creature out there, there is a resident of the astral plane that I have come to understand as an untar. Now, this is basically a creature or a resident, a denizen, that if you are on the other side and you desire backup, these things are combat oriented. So you gotta remember, if one of these things comes after you, or if you go and try and pick a fight with it, frankly, you could be in trouble. Now, the good news is this. We talk about the astral plane being dangerous. People say, don't go there, you could die. Well, technically the answer is yes. But the reality is that it very seldom happens. Usually, if you get hurt to a certain degree, or if you feel you're getting hurt, your natural survival instinct will kick you back into the physical body. This is why you can wake up with a start. Sometimes you'll wake up and it feels like your hands aren't quite right, like where you don't really have full sensation in your hands or in your legs. This is likely because you've been out of your body, traveling around, because your physical body requires sleep, your astral body, your spiritual body does not. So you come back into your body before you wake up, but sometimes you come back in a hurry and you're a little disoriented. All you do is, if that's the case, take a moment, sit on the edge of your bed, or on the edge of the couch or whatever, put your feet on the floor and physically focus on it to make sure you can physically sense the soles of your feet and the palms of your hands, so you can actually feel through your hands so it feels right. This will help you get started again. Now, we try and keep these down to the 10-minute mark, so I do encourage you to drop into kgraradio.com for our radio show, The Gathering, at 4 p.m. Eastern until 7 p.m. Eastern, and on every Saturday. I think I said that, but that's okay. This is a live broadcast. I don't tend to do this more than one take. Do track us down on Facebook. We are Inner Voice Enterprises. give us a like, track down The Gathering, and give it a like. And also, we have a Twitter account called Inner Voice Ant that we would also love to have you follow us on, as well as a YouTube account, which is the Highland Druid. And until we talk again, take care of yourselves and keep smiling.